Hello, everybody. Welcome to my first podcast ever. I am Alex Delp. I am here with my guest, Jerry.
Hello.
And today we are going to talk about the Hong Kong protests. So, Jerry, do you know anything about these protests?
Well, I know it's been going on around like 8 months and so.
About that, yeah.
And it's about a bill that was made up a long time ago because Britain owned Hong Kong before they made a deal with mainland China. So this bill was connected with it, saying that on a certain year they will become part of the Republic of China and no longer have their own kind of little government where they have their rights and stuff to do whatever. So people don't want to do that, where it affects their offspring, their children and stuff in their life to suffer. They want them to have the free rights that they had as well. So people are on the streets protesting because the government doesn't like it. They're going at them. And instead of it becoming more of a peaceful, it's become more aggressive. And also the Republic of China have got more into, instead of using just our hands and body, it's become more of now we are able to shoot to kill.
Yeah, the protests have escalated quite a bit. But one thing that you said that isn't quite right is it isn't just about the assimilation into China. It's also about the extradition bill that China just passed, which allows anyone in Hong Kong to be tried for crimes in China.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's actually the main reason these protests started. And it's a pretty big deal. That's why they're protesting mostly. And then it eventually turned into, we want our freedom, we want our rights back, and everything about that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, they're protesting so they could keep their rights and everything, but also not be tried for them protesting as well and any other crime. But also, there's these officers out there who are shooting these people who are not even getting tried for, they're just killing people, just plain people who want to keep their rights. And I see that as a crime. You're killing people's life and hurting people out there. So it's just going to make it worse if you're killing people.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think the police have done a lot to escalate the situation rather than de-escalate, which you always want to de-escalate as a police. And it's not even the police, it's the military, right?
It first was police,
and then it turned into military, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the PLA is actually the National Socialist Party's army. It doesn't belong to China. It belongs to the Communist Party in China.
Yeah.
I said Nazi party by accident. It's not Nazis. This is China. Pretty close, but
there's one thing I didn't agree on that the people of Hong Kong were doing was stopping people, the citizens from other countries, from going on airplanes to go back to their country, and some of them were even beating some citizens from other countries, where even Canada was getting worried for their own citizens, but also the United States was actually getting worried for their citizens, people getting not able to get on their airplanes or stopping their children. And I was kind of shocked about that.
Yeah. If you have protests that are big enough, you'll get a few bad eggs. And
yeah,
I believe the protests have how many million? 100? Can you look that up? I feel like it's every other citizen in Hong Kong is protesting right now. Or at least at its peak. And it's really interesting.
You have the number? 1.03 million people are attending the rally as we speak.
1.03?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so not as much as I thought.
Well, yeah, but that's a big amount of people.
Yeah, 100 million. U.S. only has 300 million. What am I saying? I don't know how I got that.
But it's nuts, and you can see like videos and everything of these people that it looks like they haven't left the streets for days because they're trying to fight for everything.
Yeah,
it's shocking.
So one direction I kind of want to move the conversation to is China's censorship of certain people criticizing them over the Hong Kong protests.
Yeah.
So have you heard about what happened with the NBA?
No, I did not.
So basically, I forgot the name of him, but one of the...
Oh, the basketball player.
The CEO of a team. He tweeted out, "I support Hong Kong," and then he got fired, and they tried to backpedal. Everyone apologized.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because, I mean, like, that's what happens when someone sparks a protest or does something that has a sign of protest. You have the risk of people coming at you being like, oh, we don't want that person that is representing our thing to be causing a rally. So they'll fire someone. And that's totally wrong. Like, for example, what happened to Kaepernick and stuff in the NFL and stuff.
Yeah.
He was just protesting for people in the Black Lives. And then he got kicked out of the football team. So what happened to him was completely wrong for saying that he had his right to just say, free Hong Kong.
Yeah. I was actually going to move it in the direction of China's soft power in the international communities. Mm-hmm. I saw a documentary on YouTube. I forget the name of it, but I will link it in the description. It was talking about how China, unlike the Soviet Union, had both hard power and soft power. Have you ever heard of those terms, Jerry?
I have not at all.
So hard power is military power. So like the U.S. has a ton of hard power. We have the biggest military in the world.
Yeah.
The Soviet Union, while they were around, they had a very large amount of hard power.
Yeah.
And then soft power is cultural influence. So like being inside of the UN, for instance, is soft power. Yeah. Like you can't necessarily destroy a country, but you can influence them outside of war.
Yeah.
And China actually has quite a bit of soft power, them being such a massive economic player.
Yeah. And plus, they are one of the biggest people that help with trade and stuff to other countries.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, they have some strong soft power.
Definitely. They have soft power in Europe. They have soft power in Australia, they're talking about.
Yeah.
They're also talking about how since Donald Trump has kind of moved away from the international community and put us back into an age of isolism.
Yeah.
How they've taken advantage of that and became the world trade partner, basically.
But I'm not surprised because China, they are pretty much a moneymaker right there.
Yeah.
They literally are able to ship out anything with product and make money like that. And because the United States isolated themselves, pretty much they have no longer someone who's they're no longer competing against the United States kind of thing.
Yeah. So unless you have any more closing statements, I think I'm going to end it here.
No, I think this is actually really good, and I'm happy we also talked about this and stuff.
Yeah.
This is a high right now, recently, just right now.
It's still happening.
Yeah, and this all can change, do worse, or even something might better come out of it. We don't know.
Yeah. All right, I want to thank you very much, Jerry, for coming on. Do you have anything you want to shout out?
No, not really.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a wonderful day.